We begin tonight with the coronavirus now declared a national emergency.
A flight full of U.S. evacuees is headed here to the Southland.
The deadly coronavirus officially hitting the U.S.
Businesses are shuttered. People are staying indoors.
The number of businesses that are facing closures right now is staggering.
We anticipate the hospital situation to get really bad and not have enough beds.
Store shelves nationwide are dwindling or totally empty.
Nurses hitting the streets demanding more PPE.
There's a huge concern about our senior citizens who live in nursing homes.
K through 12 students might not return to in-person classes at all this school year.
6.6 million plus people laid off in a single week.
One awful headline and one awful story after another.
When COVID first came into our lives, it brought so much fear.
It upended our lives and changed them forever.
I don't know that we all fully understood and just now are really coming to grips with the impact of the pandemic.
COVID has taken things to a new level.
Everything was just kind of upside down.
Yes, we were hard hit, and we still are.
It was a challenging time, and it still is a challenging time.
There was no playbook. There was no answers.
From one day to the next, we lost over 100,000 jobs.
Many of these parents are already under the stress of their poverty situation.
People are struggling to even have their basic needs met.
Their work is now threatened, their pay is threatened.
There was shortages in the grocery stores and the supermarkets.
We realized that a lot of the harm to the children was not directly from the disease.
Children weren't getting access to food and education.
The pandemic has brought increased pressure on children.
Not only our children were scared, but our seniors.
The elderly themselves too, they were all of a sudden isolated.
They had to find ways of getting their meals, their groceries.
You began to see a lot of mental health issues beginning to form.
It also had a major impact on our morale, on how we see life and our mental health.
COVID-19 begins to reveal some of the weaknesses of our system.
The pandemic exposed the vulnerabilities in our community and the deeply rooted inequalities that still need to be addressed.
We start to see, of course, the disproportionality in terms of mortality rates of people of color throughout the nation.
This affected almost every strata of our population in fundamentally huge ways that made our need for social services, especially most of the people in social work, even more important.
Social workers are superheroes.
Superheroes.
Nothing short of heroic.
The crucial role they play in the fabric of our society.
Social workers stepped up to take care of our communities.
That's where social workers come in.
Whether it was taking food to someone, whether it was helping a child.
Our social workers, they were the only ones out.
Helping us build healthy and safe communities.
They're out there in the field working with families, trying to keep them together.
Social workers have had to really turn very quickly to react to the pandemic.
The social workers were out there doing their job.
Just as challenging as the pandemic has been for children and adults, it's also been challenging for social workers.
Even with all the things you have going on in your own life, the challenges that you have to still go out and be that superhero for others.
And it was very challenging for social workers.
They also had their own families at home. They also had to deal with distance learning with their own kids.
You have to take care of yourself. You have to take care of your family as well.
They've had their own losses.
They continue to support our community.
Social workers are the individuals that can bring hope.
You're changing generations, literally, what you're doing today, what you're doing during this pandemic.
We need our social workers.
And I think this really terrible virus situation identified for all of us, there's this whole safety net out there that is essential
Thank God there are people who are capable of doing this work.
Your selflessness makes our community a better place for all.
As our county emerges from the pandemic,
They're there for us as we're going to rebuild.
To all the social workers in Riverside County and across the country, thank you.
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 Thank you so much.
I want to join with the others in thanking all the social workers for all they do.
Thank you, social workers.
For always being there for us.
For your essential work.
Extremely essential.
Critical, essential workers.
I can't reiterate enough how essential they are.
Social workers are essential.
Social workers are essential.
Social workers are essential.
Social workers are essential.